Hello there. Been a while since my first proper video. Proper being a stretch of the word. But today, I will be reading Mao's Little Red Book from Marxist.org, Chapter 1 to, however far it goes. Now, let's begin, shall we? Mao Zedong. Quotations from Mao Zedong. 1. The Communist Party. The force at the core, leading our cause forwards, is the Chinese Communist Party. The theoretical basis guiding our thinking is Marxist-Leninism. Opening address at the first session of the First National People's Congress of the People's Republic of China, September 15, 1954. If there is to be a revolution, there must be a revolutionary party. Without a revolutionary party, without a party built on Marxist-Leninist theories, and in the Marxist-Leninist revolutionary style, it is impossible to lead the working class and the broad masses of the people in defeating imperialism and its running dogs. I'm not too sure if I will be reading all the subsections, but I can also do that in a separate video. Without the efforts of the Chinese Communist Party, without the Chinese Communists as the mainstay of the Chinese people, China can never achieve independence and liberation or industrialization and the modernization of our agriculture. The Chinese Communist Party is the core of the leadership of the whole Chinese people. Without this core, the cause of socialism cannot be victorious. A well-disciplined party, armed with the theory of Marxist-Leninism, using the methods of self-criticism, and linked with the masses of the people, an army under the leadership of such a party, a united front of all revolutionary classes and all revolutionary groups under the leadership of such a party. These are the three main weapons with which we have defeated the enemy. We must have faith in the masses, and we must have faith in the party. There are two cardinal principles. If we doubt these principles, we shall accomplish nothing. Armed with Marxist-Leninist theory and ideology, the Communist Party of China has brought a new style of work to the Chinese people, a style of work which essentially entails integrating theory with practice, forging close links with the masses, and practicing self-criticism. No political party can possibly lead a great revolutionary movement to victory unless it possesses revolutionary theory and knowledge of history and has a profound grasp of the practical movement. As we used to say, the rectification that movement is a widespread movement of Marxist education. Reciprocation means the whole party studying Marxism, though through criticism and self-criticism. We can certainly learn about more about Marxism in the course of that movement. Speech at the Chinese Communist Party National Conference propaganda work. Basically saying that propaganda bad, people good. It is an arduous task to ensure a better life for the several hundred million people of China and build our economically and culturally backward country into a prosperous and powerful one with high level of culture. And it is precisely in order to be able to shoulder this task more competently and work better together with all non-party people who are actuated by high ideals and determined to institute reforms, that we conduct reunification movements now and in the future, and constantly rid ourselves of whatever is wrong. Policy is a starting point of all practical actions of a revolutionary party, and manifests itself in the process and the end result of the party's action. A revolutionary party is carrying out a policy whenever it takes any action. If it is not carrying out a correct policy, it is carrying out a wrong policy. If it not carrying out a given policy conspicuously, it is doing so blindly. What we call experience is the process and end result of carrying out our policy, carrying out a policy. Only through the practice of the people, that is, through experience, can we verify whether a policy is correct or wrong and determine what extent is correct or wrong. However, people's practice, especially the practice of the Revolutionary Party and the revolutionary masses, cannot be bound up with one policy or another. Therefore, before any action is taken, we must explain the policy, which we have formulated in light of the given circumstances. To party, oh sorry, uh, to party members and to the masses. Otherwise, party members and the masses will depart from the guidance of our policy, acting blindly and carrying out a wrong policy. Our party has laid down general lines and general policy of the Chinese Revolution, as well as very specific lines for work and specific policies. However, while many comrades remember our party's specific lines for work and specific policies, they often forget general lines and general policy. If we actually forget the party's general line and general policy, then we shall be blind, half baked, muddle headed revolutionaries. And when we carry out a specific line for work and a specific policy, we shall lose our bearings and vacillate now to the left and now to the right, and the work will suffer. Policy and tactics are the life of the party, meaning comrades at all levels must give them full attention and never on any account be negligent. Chapter 2 Chapter 2 and a Class Struggle. Classes struggle. Some classes triumph, others are eliminated, such as history, such as the history of civilization for thousands of years. To interpret history from this viewpoint is historical materialism. Standing in opposition to this viewpoint is historical idealism. In class society, everyone lives as a member of of a particular class, and every kind of thinking, without exception, is stamped with the brand of class. Changing, Changes in society are due chiefly to development of internal contradictions in society. That is, the contradiction between the productive forces and the relations of production. The contradiction between these classes and the contradiction between the new and old is it is the development of these contradictions that pushes society forwards and gives the impertis six what afford the suppression of the old society by the new. The ruthless economic exploitation and political oppression of the peasants by the landlord class forces them into numerous uprisings against its rule. It was the class struggles of the peasants' uprising, and the peasants' war that constituted the real motive force of historical development in Chinese feudal society. In the final analysis, national struggle is matter of class struggle among the whites in the United States. It is only the reactionary ruling circles that oppress the black people. They can in no way represent the workers, farmers, revolutionary intellectuals, and other enlightened persons who comprise the overwhelming majority of the white people. This is a statement supporting the American in their struggle against racial discrimination in the